Hi, everybody. Today I want to share something that's really raw, and it's a recent experience I had with boundary violation, the likes of which women all over the planet experience all the time. And I wanted to put my experience out there to tell everybody that this is common and you are not alone. So, what happened to me is that recently I attended a tango dance, an event where people were coming in to dance tango from all over the country. And I've been dancing tango for over a decade and other dance forms on a professional level. So, like, this is a pretty typical experience for me to go to a social dance, where you dance with other people. Um, and so I had been introduced to somebody from another state by a friend of mine who's a woman, and she told me this guy is really fun to dance with. So later on in that evening, I danced with this guy, and the moment he put his arm around me to dance with me, I could feel his fingers and his hands kind of gripping in this like semi undulating sensual way. I'd never met this man before, right? This is the first time I'd ever seen him, and he was holding me in this very far too close kind of way. And I was like, oh God, this is how it's going to be. And as the dance progressed, it just got more and more, he got more and more sensual with the way he was touching me. He, like his fingers were just moving too much on my body. And, he never grabbed my butt or my boobs. Like there was never any like clear boundary violation of like this is molestation or groping. Um, but the reality was that I was feeling incredibly grossed out by it and violated by it. And I tried to put space in between both of us in the dance, and he wasn't responding to it. And in tango, you dance at least 3 songs with the same person. That's just etiquette. So, like, I followed etiquette. I kept dancing with him, and in between every single song, he hugged me way, way too close for far too long, like just pulled me in, and I felt totally trapped. Um, and then when our set of dances ended, um, I did what women do, what most women do, and that is I smiled because I wanted to get the hell out of there as fast as possible. I didn't want to engage him in a confrontation. I just smiled and I walked away. And I felt desperately like taking a shower. Like there was just something about the energy that it felt like he was using my body for his pleasure. It just felt rapey. It felt disgusting. And yet there was no clear violation that was objectively like, this is what happened and this was wrong. Um, and so I just went off into a corner by myself, and then I talked to a friend for a while, but I didn't really know, like I wasn't oriented really. I was still kind of processing like what happened, and I noticed in my mind that what I was doing is I was making excuses for him, like oh, maybe he's just a really sensual person, or maybe I'm just too sensitive about this kind of thing, or maybe he was high on some kind of drug and was oblivious, and that's why he couldn't pick up on the nonverbal cues that I wanted space. Um, and the list went on, and then I was fully aware of everything I was thinking and these excuses, and I became disgusted with myself, and enraged at the level that I had internalized the patriarchy, that I had internalized rape culture to completely censor and deny my own experience and feelings of safety in the interests of resolving tension for somebody else, in the interests of making the experience okay and pleasant for the other person. Um, and it happened totally automatically. And women do this everywhere in all facets of our lives. We're socialized from day one to resolve tension at the expense of our own bodies, at the expense of our emotional well-being, of our health, of our joy. And when we don't resolve the tension, the social order breaks down very quickly. Like, just, especially if you're a woman, check out what would happen if you didn't smile at discomfort in conversation, if you didn't minimize something you were going through, or like, oh, this happened to me, but I'm okay now. Just experiment with what that might be like to not minimize your own pain or discomfort, to not try and pass something off as okay when you know in your body it really isn't okay. You will find that people get uncomfortable because men and women expect women to process and metabolize discomfort at our own expense, and we do it completely unconsciously all the time. And what's in our shadow is female assertion. So female assertiveness. So a female saying, you know what, I understand that this happened and it's not okay for me. Without a smile, without a giggle, without making it okay. That's what we need in order to advance as a society. That's what's really going to change the world. It's not wearing a pink hat. It's not even really going to a march, although those are cool too. But it's these micro interactions. It's this gray area, which is, by the way, where the vast majority of violations happen, is when women like me say, oh, well, I don't think that was technically abuse or assault or molestation, so it just must be me, and it's okay. No, it's not. Fuck no. It's your body. Your body knows that it's been violated. So what we need as a culture, more and more, we need women to believe the wisdom of our bodies, to believe how our bodies feel. If we know we've been traumatized, if we know we've been violated, it doesn't matter if you can explain it or justify it, And we need men to listen to women and to honor what they reveal about their body's wisdom, what their body tells them. Men don't have the answer. Don't try and fix it or explain it away or understand it on your own terms. Just listen and honor the wisdom of a woman's body, because that truly is going to change the world. So ladies, stop resolving that tension. Stop smiling over the pain. Stop trying to accommodate other people at your own expense, and start leaning into discomfort and building that tolerance for discomfort, because we're going to need it going forward to change this world. And just as a little addendum to my story, the day after that happened, I woke up and I felt like the situation had become much more clear to me. I felt the extent of the violation that happened. I trusted my body, and I felt enraged at my own internalized rape culture, in which I passed it off as nothing to get worked up about. I felt enraged that it happened at all, and I wrote this very eloquent email that or message that I posted on the event, the Facebook event for this large tango event, with the full intention of it being seen by everybody. And what happened is it got penned. It was pending because the organizers of the event had to okay it, and they decided it wasn't appropriate. Both organizers are women, and the event was for women's empowerment, like this particular tango event was. And I felt enraged that it didn't get posted. I understood, and I felt blocked and enraged because I wanted this justice to be disseminated publicly. That's how my rage got channeled. I was fully wanting to grab a microphone and get on stage at the biggest dance of this weekend and just say, hey, this happened to me. This is the gray area. This is my microphone, by the way. This happens to women all over the world. Women, trust your bodies. Like, I wanted to say that. I was fully ready to say that on stage. And they're going to talk to this guy in private about it. And I felt enraged that the justice was going to happen in secret, because I feel the need for women to really hear and integrate the message that this really is not okay anymore to tolerate violation of your body, and that we need to lean into the discomfort and trust our wisdom and our bodies more than ever. So in lieu of doing that publicly at the event, I'm just saying it right here in this video and getting the message out. So female assertiveness is the future. And thank you so much for watching.